Hey, what's up everybody? Jesse, Southern Reels Fishing. Out here doing a little shop project today. I figured I would share with you. Pretty much what I've got going on is a little thing I'm building on my boat here under my seat. As you notice, I have this void here under my center console, and I pretty much have my cooler in the place where it would normally go. And I really want to fill this area with some storage. And my whole idea is to have this seat to where it folds forward like this and allows me to access this from the top. So what I'm going to do is basically fabricate and build a PVC box that fills this area right here. I've already got my cooler in place, pretty much got it to where it's open because I want to make sure that this lid stays unobstructed. I don't come down too far with it to where it causes issues with my cooler opening. And pretty much my plan is to use a piano hinge, which I found one on Amazon right here. It's a stainless steel 3-foot piano hinge. And I'm going to go across this area right here with it, attach it to the seat, attach it to the other side of this bar right here to where this seat will actually pivot forward and allow access to this area. But that's pretty much what I'm going to do today, is work on this and just kind of let you guys hang out and work on it with me. So that's what's up. All right, so first thing I need to do is grab a drill and go ahead and pop these bolts out that are actually holding the seat in place. Well, not much to that. As you see now, the seat will come right out of the way. Just go ahead and latch this cooler back up so I make sure I don't get in the way of it. So this piano hinge, I don't have to cut it down to size, of course. I'm going to have to fasten it right across here, like so. I'll probably just use some very short screws for that. The other thing is going to be basically building the box. Now I have some 1/4-inch PVC material that I'm using. I'll show you that in a second. Yeah, so we'll make it 5.5. So I basically need to build a box 5.5 wide, 29 3/8 long, and we're going to go with 6 3/4 deep, just to give us a little bit of wiggle room. So basically the box will just slide right into this opening here down, and I'll be able to fasten it with a few screws right into this bar here, and that'll give me a nice clean storage solution under my seat, and then I can add dividers or whatever I want in after that. So let me show you what I got to work with. All right guys, this is what I'm working with right here, is a piece of 1/4-inch thick marine HD PE board that I got off of Amazon. I think the sheet was like 30 bucks roughly, and it should be just enough material here to build what I want to do out of this. So I'm going to lay out everything real quick, of course make sure I have enough material first for my dimensions, and then of course just run everything through the table saw, pre-drill everything, screw it together, and that should be all that there is to it, hopefully. But you know how it goes, so let's see how it works out. So once again, this is the top view. I need outside dimensions of 29 3/8 by 5.5, but the sides are going to overlap the cross pieces, so they need to be cut down 1/2 inch to make up for the thickness of the material here, which will give me ultimately, when it's all screwed together, a box with these dimensions. So I can pretty much go ahead and rip the 28 7/8 cut first, and then I can cut my front piece, my back piece, and then the bottom filler out of that, and then I can take my 2 end caps out of this leftover piece here easily, and that'd still give me all of this to build something with later. And then we're just gonna do a quick test cut. All right, so I went and dug around in the shop and I found these screws here. I think these are actually a little bit too big, but I think I'm gonna try them anyway. Screw it. What I did is pretty much take this board here and go ahead and pre-drill a couple holes with appropriate size drill bit. And I kind of just took this pencil and scribed the thickness of these side pieces just as a guide to help me get the holes centered. Can't really see it, it's just a little scratch there. I don't know, maybe you can, maybe you can't, but I don't know, we'll try that. See how it works. I'm pretty much just going to hold it onto a side piece like so. Drill into it. Alrighty, so this piece should slip right in here, like so. Yep, there we go, it fits. All we gotta do is just flush it up, put screws in it. So we got the little box pretty much built, as you see. It's to the dimensions that I measured. So let's go see if it actually fits up in the boat. So the welds in the corners are basically causing a clearance issue. Yeah, so our dimensions are good. I'm gonna have to shave down these corners and relocate these top screws for it to clear those welds. And basically 45 these corners. So what I did real quick, I just took a knife and shaved these corners off to see if that would give me enough room to be able to fit this up in place. Oh, look there. Well, there you go, guys. It's a nice snug fit. Throw a couple screws to hold this back. Same here in the front. Really don't need much. All right, hey folks, I'm actually losing daylight out here. It's getting pretty dark, so I don't know how much y'all can see, but I actually have the box in place. I mounted it. I pretty much just drilled 1/8 inch holes into the bar around and used the same screws that I used to assemble it. And it's mounted in and it is steady, solid. I mean, it doesn't look bad from underneath. You know, really all you see is the side view there, which I can always change those screws out to white screws if it bothers me, but it don't bother me at all. All right, y'all, so I got the box made and secured, so now I have to add the hinge to the seat, which I've already kind of checked it all out in the boat. I've cut this down to the appropriate size. Pretty much just need to center this like so. Now you want the hinge point to be as close to the bottom as possible for it to work correctly. I just do one on each side for now until we get a chance to test it. Naturally, I'll get some beefier screws, but this is just kind of mocking everything up to make sure it's going to work. So I have the hinge just mounted to the seat with 2 screws, and the seat is sitting in place comfortably. As you can see it hopefully across there, and I'm just going to mark with a Sharpie where the hinge sits. That one started. A shorter bit. Take this bit out, put it directly in the gun. All right. And well, there you go, folks. A couple hours. I have built-in under-seat storage. All I have to do is just finish putting screws in here, put the rest of the screws into the bar there, and then pretty much just decide what kind of dividers I want to put in here, what I want to do with this space. So it really wasn't too much to it. All right, folks, there you go. That was a fun little couple-hour afternoon project. Now I have under-seat storage in my boat. It worked out pretty much just like I planned. Of course, you kind of make adjustments on the fly as you go, as with any project that you get into. But I pretty much just have to finish mounting the seat, get some appropriate screws for all of that, and do a couple location pins to make sure it doesn't move back and forth when you're sitting on it, and a little bungee to tie it down, and it'll be good to go. So anyway, thanks for watching. Peace out. See you next time.